Hello, everyone. Listen, just wanted to reach out and share a beautiful message today that I experienced at church this morning. There was a lady I haven't seen in probably 2 or 3 years that came through our doors, and immediately she said, she said hello, and it's good to be back, but she said something very interesting. And she said, I don't know why I'm here, but as I laid in bed this morning thinking I'm just going to sleep in, she said, I heard someone say, get out of bed and go to church. And she thought, what? And she thought, I haven't been to church in a long time. And they said, go to church, get out of bed, go to church. And the first place that popped into her mind was the Metaphysical Chapel of South Florida, my ministry. And she's been here with us off and on over the years. So she jumped in the car and she started to leave. And one of her neighbors called and said, I can't find my shoes. I want to join you, but I can't find my shoes. And she said, don't worry about it. I'll see you later. But I had to just leave. I couldn't take you with me. And that friend actually came to church as well and met her a little bit later. But what was interesting was she could feel in her spirit she needed to just get to church and be a part of the community. So after the church service, I held a message service to demonstrate messages of the continuity of life after death. So I demonstrated some mediumship for our audience. She was one of the attendees, and a message came through from one of her relatives who had passed on many years ago, long time ago, 30 years ago. And this woman came through incredibly apologetic and letting her know that she had become so much more, meaning the person in the audience, my church member, she had become more than the one in spirit ever could have dreamed of becoming, because she was such a negative person before she went to spirit, and she has been incredibly sorrowful all these years, and just wanted to get this message across to the recipient in the audience. And the person in the audience was very emotionally touched. It was a very emotionally charged experience for her. Some tears were shed. You could see that she was refreshed and just healed in her own spirit by being present when she realized that's why she needed to come, was to hear that message from this person, that she was sorry for the way she was treated and the ways that she treated her, and also that it's a two-way street. The person in spirit who has been stuck in this negative thinking for so long was able to release themselves in a spiritual way, that they were healed and reformed, and their spirit was really elevated vibrationally in this encounter. And at the very end of the vision, after I delivered the message, I could feel the presence of like a golden blanket wrapping around the soul and spirit. And this woman's spirit was instantly elevated to a whole nother level. She had released her cords, her ties, her energetic and emotional bonds with the earth, so she could begin to progress further in spirit. And you know, it takes two to tango. That message was not just for the person in the audience. The message was also for the soul of the loved one in spirit who needed to get these words across. Isn't that just amazing? That's why I love doing what I do. And that's why it's so important to listen to those inner nudges from spirit. It's so important to believe that we actually have psychic potentials, mediumistic potentials, that we can actually receive guidance and communication. We can hear things from spirit and sense things that sometimes we may question ourselves about. So always listen to the inner nudges and just go with it, okay? Just trust that God is at work in everything in your life. Let God flow, right? Let it go and let God flow. Listen, love you guys. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you soon.